is kind of an interesting concept. It only comes on the books when one company buys another company. And so it would come on the books as part of a transaction, say where company A buys company B for $8,000. The definition is it's the excess amount paid for a business over and above the fair market value of its net assets. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so net assets, if we have our assets equal our liabilities plus our stockholders' equity, when they're talking about net assets, it's just phrasing that a little differently. Assets minus your liabilities equal your net assets. Okay, so this would be your net assets. So when you're figuring the goodwill, you first of all, this is the book value. This company B has just cash and a truck, and that's net of net of any depreciation, and liabilities of $4,000. But first we have to adjust those to the fair value, the current value, because the transaction is happening, one business is buying another, so it's the fair value of the net assets that they are actually purchasing. So the cash would still have a fair value of $3,000, but let's say the truck, we estimate it really only has a fair value of $7,000. So we would have assets at fair value of $10,000 minus our liabilities at fair value. I'll just leave them where they are. That would mean the net assets of the company would be $6,000. So that's the net assets. That's what the company A is getting, and what they're paying for it is $8,000. Now, why are they paying more? Well, perhaps company B has really good management and they've got a lot of potential there. They may have a great location, a high quality product, a happy labor force, all kinds of things, sort of these intangibles that make that company have a value over and above the value of its net assets. So when we make the journal entry for this, we would simply, for company A, when company A buys it, the journal entry they would make is they bought, company B, and it would be all the net assets of that, and that was for $6,000. But they paid $8,000, and so the over and above the fair value of the net assets, okay, here's the fair value of the net assets, this is over and above it, that's the goodwill, okay, so they were willing to pay $2,000 more than the value of the net assets of the other company when they purchased it. Goodwill has an indefinite life, so it's not amortized. It does get evaluated each year to see if it still has maintained its value. So as far as what you need to know, it's good to know what goodwill is. Chances are, if there were a problem like this on the exam, it would be more on the line of an optional bonus question. But if you're going on in accounting, this is a fairly straightforward explanation of goodwill that may come in handy.